Hi fellow animals, welcome to Kimba's Kingdom, home of everything Kimba the White Lion. If there's something you'd like to see more of or less of, please let me know in the comments. I'm making this channel for you guys, so let me know what you want to see. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a thing. What if I told you that Kimba the White Lion, an anime written 55 years ago, is one of the most relevant, relatable stories for audiences in 2020? More so than pretty much any show I've seen. Well, it's true. As a uni student growing up in the 21st century, Kimba the White Lion speaks to my concerns, my deepest fears, my fiercest passions, and my most dearly held values. Kimba is the most relevant, timely series I've ever watched, and if it came out today, it would speak to young people like me in a way no other series has, and here's why. Today, young people have a lot of responsibility on our shoulders. On a global scale, we're the generation who have to reverse climate change. We're the generation who have to colonize the solar system. We're the generation that have to manage the rise of artificial intelligence. It's up to us to reverse the biggest mass extinction event in 65 million years, and find a way to provide resources for 10 billion people. Yet right now, a lot of us are still just kids. It's a terrifying amount of responsibility to face. We never really felt what it was like to be carefree or to just enjoy life. Even in primary school, we were already expected to be leaders. We were told to start deciding what we wanted to do with our lives. We were told to start working out how to contribute to the world and to start working towards that goal immediately. So as someone who grew up in that environment, I can't relate to the stereotypical cartoons about kids running around carefree in the playground. I can't relate to series that are all about kids getting up to mischief with their best friends or going on adventures in the land of make-believe, because I never really did that. What I can relate to is Kimba, the kid who, before he was even old enough to grow a mane, had to swim across the ocean and trek back to his jungle alone, and then had to lead that jungle and all its citizens as they faced threats to their very existence. That story of a child under immense pressure, facing immense responsibility at his young age and way out of his depth trying to deal with it, that's what I relate to. That's my childhood. That speaks to me more than any show ever has. Kimba's loneliness, his fear, his fatigue trying to face all that responsibility on his own, that's my generation. That's how we feel. Kimba also speaks to moral and philosophical issues that are becoming ever more relevant with each passing decade. There's one central theme at the core of Kimba the White Lion, an issue that defines the heart of the series, the relationship between humans and animals. Once an issue on the political sidelines, in the 21st century the relationship between humans and animals has become a pressing and dramatic moral concern. Many species of animals are about to disappear forever. Do they have a right to exist? Are we violating that right? Is it immoral to violate that right? Right now, 48 billion animals are living in uncomfortable conditions in factory farms. Is it right to inflict suffering on so many animals, just so we can bring down the cost of meat and milk? Do animals have a right to enjoy their lives, just as we have a right to the pursuit of happiness? Or is it okay for them to live their whole lives without feeling joy, as factory-farmed animals do? These used to be issues that only poetic romanticists and radical hippies cared about, but as scientific study after scientific study has confirmed that animals feel pain, that animals have emotions, and that animals have personalities, these issues suddenly have most of us feeling very uncomfortable with our own behaviour. And Kimba the White Lion addresses these concerns. It addresses the strained relationship between humans and animals, and not in an oversimplified way either. It shows the nuance of these issues. The humans in the series aren't really evil. They act out of a desire to have fun, or a desire to make way for human development, or even purely accidentally. Yet animals still get badly hurt by their decisions. Kimba shows that people aren't evil, but we need to think more carefully about the consequences of our actions on the other inhabitants of our world. And Kimba also speaks to another increasingly pressing decision that the people of the 21st century are going to have to make. How do we balance rapid social and technological progress with preserving the existing natural order? How do we reconcile our existing values and ways of life with new ideas and experiences? How do we reconcile the existing natural world with the ever-expanding reach of our civilization? This balance between preserving the old and embracing the new is a central struggle for Kimba and his jungle. Kimba wants to introduce all these wondrous new ideas: a fair justice system that doesn't rely on violence, a farm and an artificial meat factory so no one has to kill and no one has to go hungry, an education system to prepare young animals for life in this strange new world. Yet he's trying to introduce all these things to a wild, untamed jungle, a place where the law of the jungle, that the strong survive, has prevailed for thousands of years. In order to bring about his new ways, he has to change institutions, ways of life that have stood for as long as anyone can remember, and that has consequences. The series does a great job of showing the difficulty of such decisions, showing how over-eagerness to embrace progress can end in disaster, with an obesity epidemic and even a full-scale revolution occurring in response to Kimba's ban on meat, but also showing how stubborn refusal to accept progress can seriously hurt people and have an awful impact on others' lives, like when the animal's stubborn devotion to the old law of the jungle forces Geraldine's mother to watch her daughter slowly die, or when the hippo's refusal to take part in Kimba's new justice system almost causes his wrongful conviction. The series really speaks to the nuances of trying to balance progress and civilization with nature and tradition, a challenge which will only become more pressing as the rapid social and technological changes of the 21st century continue to march on, and the young people of the 21st century are tasked with regulating them. As a young person in the 2020s, Kimba the White Lion speaks to me more than anything written in the half-century since. This supposedly dated anime is one of the most relevant stories to our modern lives, a series that was well ahead of its time, and one that, if you haven't seen it already, is definitely worth checking out. I hope Kimba is remade someday, because my generation, and the generations that come after us, we need a show that speaks to us and our concerns, a show that shows us we can succeed in the face of huge and intimidating responsibilities, in the face of complex, bewildering moral dilemmas. A show like Kimba the White Lion. That's all for now, fellow animals. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you can't get enough Kimba content, feel free to join our Kimba fan club on Discord. Everyone is welcome, even if you're new to Kimba. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.